Hey everyone, this is Rod. Hope you're doing well out there. Today I want to talk to you about it's not simple why people voted for Trump. Now I had a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about why so many people supported Mr. Trump, and we're just trying to figure out. And the person said to me that it's not that simple. So I thought about it, and I want to put some ideas with you today, and to get your idea of what you think, why people supported him, and why people didn't support him. So one of the things, we love, Americans. Some Americans love that Mr. Trump said he was going to build a wall, and did start building the wall, and then he said that he was going to make Mexico pay for it. We as Americans, some of us, like the fact that he was saying that, people, brown people, Mexicans, were rapists and murderers. We like that. It gave us like an excuse for ill treatment if we wanted. We like that, the idea that someone could actually go as far, at the border, separate children from families to make this huge statement. A lot of us couldn't do that, but at least someone out there could do that. We like that. We liked the conflict with China. Americans have been talking about that for years, having this conflict with China, and so we like the fact that he did have a conflict with China, and it got a little tense, still tense to this day. We like that. We liked that he undid nearly every policy that President Obama had instilled before him, and we like that because it just shows us that, this black man that was in power, he wasn't competent to be in power, and so much so that we had to undo everything that he did. So we like that. We like that Mr. Trump said that when he came into office, President Obama had this big mess that he had to straighten out. Now, we don't know what that means, but we liked again that he had said that, because once again, it instills this idea in our minds that, this president who was a black man, he just wasn't competent enough to lead this country. So we like that. We like how he talked to brown people, how he talked to black people in particular. He said comments like, I've done more for black people since Lincoln. As Americans, we feel good about that because, we don't want to buy into that black people are struggling. And we like the idea that Mr. Trump has said that. We like that Mr. Trump said that, many times, I'm the least racist person in the room. We like that he said that, because how he acted overtly, but this leader is saying that he's the least racist person in the room, that makes us feel good about ourselves and how we view the black plight. We love how he felt about Black Lives Matter movement. He called them a terrorist group. We like that, because this group made us feel uncomfortable. They're making progress. And we like that this powerful person, Mr. Trump, had said, no, this is not a good group. So that makes us feel good about our discomfort of it. We liked how he said things like, what do you got to lose? He would say that to black people. What do you got to lose? We like that kind of bold and directness with black people. And we liked how he treated the reporter sometimes. He would say, that was a stupid question, and, you're not very smart. He would say that sometimes to the black reporters. So we like that. Some of us like that. We like the ruthlessness that Mr. Trump had with people, his enemies, like how he would attack his enemies and fire them. We liked how he did that. We liked how ruthless he was in general, how he could lie daily. Just ruthlessly lie and make up a story. And this is, be stone-faced and just back it up. even though it was a lie. We love that kind of boldness, living this kind of lie, because in a sense that would help us to live the lies that we may have, or how we may think about our own situation, or how we view ourselves compared to people that look different from us, creating these lies. We love that, and how it'll help us to live up to these conspiracy theories that aren't true, but at least our president was doing it. So we love that. It could help us kind of escape our reality, or what our situation was a little bit. We liked how he interacted with the world leaders, particularly Putin and Kim Jong-un. We love that. Remember Rocket Man, Rocket Johnny? Remember those statements? But eventually he went down there. We love that about, he was making a stand to these folks, or he had some sort of relationship. So we like that. We loved how he played up to white supremacy and hate groups. We like that. Remember how he would say there's good people on both sides? So it helped us as Americans, like, to deal with our own feelings or whatever we had, our own biases. Like, yeah, we're still good people. We're not so bad. So we like those kind of compliments, or how he played to us. And we loved how he denounced or harassed people, or brown people in particular. We just like that. Those are the things that we liked about Mr. Trump. But at the same time, the reasons that I just mentioned to you are the exact same reasons that people disliked him, didn't want to support him, detested him. The same reasons. The thing about Mr. Trump is he doesn't fit in with the values of this country. His values doesn't fit in with the values of this country. Now, you got Republicans and Democrats. You got liberals and conservatives. Those are American values, period. But the way Trump was leading our country had nothing to do with either one of these groups, even though he was part of particularly part of the Republican Party. People like to say, to justify their support of Trump, is that I voted for his policies. No, you didn't. You didn't vote for his policies. You voted for the show. You voted for the man. You voted for the star of the show. He often talked about his ratings. You didn't vote for his policies. It had nothing to do with his policies. This election wasn't even about politics. This election was about conserving American values. It was all about American values. In our history, within our system, we usually make the right decision in our American values. Remember, there was once slavery. Slavery's no more. There was once Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow's laws no more. Civil rights came about. Women's rights came about. Women's rights to vote came about. Blacks' rights to vote came about. We eventually will do the right thing. We voted Barack Obama, the first black president, and this country did that. That's what we did. We eventually will do the right thing, and we have done the right thing. It's pretty simple. Our American values must always be up front whenever we make decisions. Must always be up front. The decision is always to uphold those American values. When you have a man in the presidency, a man in leadership who does not uphold the values of our country, then what it does, it creates chaos. Like the chaos that we're in right now. Our forefathers were amazing because they created this value system for us Americans. And this value system was about the will of the American people. And that's what makes this country so great. Our country does not exist because of Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump exists because the American values that are in place that allows him to exist in a system that we have, that we all value. Our forefathers' work and our American values are more important than any one man, more important than Trump, more important than Biden, more important than any of us. So it really is simple why people supported Mr. Trump. They cowardly ignored and avoided all the values of this country and mistreatment of others because they were intoxicated by the preferential treatment of the most powerful person of this country and of this world, at the ill treatment of another person that looked different from them. That's the only reason. That's the main reason, in its simplest form, why people have trusted or voted for or supported Mr. Trump. It's because they're intoxicated by his preferential treatment of them and their group as he overtly mistreats others. And that made them feel good about themselves. And because of that, they were willing to ignore mistreatment of other Americans in the country that they share. They're willing to ignore the value system, the values that were put in place by our forefathers. It's as simple as that. Peace and hope, everyone.
Hey everyone, this is Rod. Thanks for listening. Hey, check out one of my 3 books on Amazon. Let me know what you think by rating a book. Thanks a lot.